What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Take It to the House. My name is Zach Robinson. I am joined with Thatcher Patterson. Elijah cannot join us today because he's with his grandpa. So it's just gonna be us two again this week. But hope you guys had a great weekend. We got some Copa America stuff to go over today, as well as we got Euro starting this Friday. So excited. Vamos España. So
It'll be so fun.
it's gonna be so fun. But we also got some other news to talk about as well after we talk about Copa, and then we'll go a little bit over the finals for Stanley and NBA, I believe. But how are you? Doing good?
I'm good. Yeah, just living the life, grinding, got jobs going, got
Good.
other stuff brewing. So it's been good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Just getting through school. Graduate next
Yeah,
month. So,
trying to figure out your housing situation,
yep,
but you're getting there.
exactly. I'm getting there. So, alrighty. Copa America. I will share my screen in a second to go over the groups. But first, might as well start with this because Argentina is in the Copa America. Messi has revealed today that he will be playing as Inter Miami is his last club. So we
Yeah,
don't know if he's going to play in the World Cup for 2026. But
yeah.
what are your thoughts so far?
Um, well, so first of all, I'd err on the side of him not playing in the World Cup 2026. I think he kind of out on a high. He won the Copa America last time and then won the World Cup. I think if he's smart, he'll play one more year in Miami and then maybe what he can do is be kind of an ambassador for the World Cup 26 because he'll still be here probably. He'll still probably hang out in Miami or whatever. Um, but I think it's the right move. I think that it's past time for him to for him to go somewhere else. At this point, you've made a big deal in Miami. You are drawing a lot of viewers to the MLS and to American soccer. I just think you don't need to move anywhere else. There's no need for it. And I'm kind of glad he cleared it up rather than like everybody, in the next transfer window or two, like being like, is he going to go somewhere? He's like, no, I'm just going to stay. Um, Argentina should be one of the favorites to win the Copa America. So, all the more reason I think for him to just say, I'm good.
Right. I do think that he might play in the World Cup for 2026. We'll see. I think it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm kind of glad he's like Miami and he's done. He's not going back to
Yeah.
Europe. He's not going to like Saudi or
Right.
Italy or anywhere else.
Mm,
So I think it's great that he's finishing up his career in Miami. And
I agree.
he also does have part ownership when he's done, correct?
I think so. I want to say that there's something like that involved. I know that, I mean, whatever deal he's on at Miami involves a chunk of money, regardless if it's now or later. So, yeah. I mean, he's also making so much money with commercials and all that kind of stuff. So,
I mean, he's getting paid with the MLS pass for Apple, so
yeah, I mean, he's getting money, so he'll be fine.
yeah, I agree. But Copa America will definitely play, obviously, because it starts next week. But
Yep.
I think he might play in the World Cup for 2026. I think it would be like a good like adios tour.
Yeah, I agree. For me, it's almost like you should go out when you're on top
Hmm.
and he won his World Cup. I'm going to be real. I mean, who knows? But I don't know if Argentina could go back to back. And so at that point, you might as well go out when you won. And it was a pretty good, like that final was one of the best World Cup finals ever.
Well,
So I
especially
mean,
against France too.
yeah, against France, you're up against Mbappe. You came out on top. I just think that would be the right time. But who knows? I mean, we'll just see. I mean, I think he's really liking playing football right now. So you never know.
Exactly.
Oh, and before we go to the Copa groups, tonight, I guess you guys will already know the result, but the United States kick off in a half an hour against Brazil in Orlando. I am not expecting anything other than Brazil to destroy the United States. I'm waiting to see what the teams are for. Well, the U.S. are going full strength. Um,
I think Brazil is going full strength too.
I would be. Let's see. I'm gonna look it up real quick just while we're here.
Yeah, I already got it
Um,
up. Yeah, they're starting Rafinha, Vinicius, and Rodrigo today.
oh yeah, they're cooked.
They're
U.S. are
cooked.
cooked.
Yeah.
So, but I think we'll talk more about this as we talk more about Copa. But I really think that it's time for the U.S. to move on from Greg Berhalter. So I kind of almost hope that the U.S. start getting embarrassed. So then they have to move on from him.
Right.
Because if they have Greg Berhalter as the coach for 2026, we are not going anywhere.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And that's kind of like what
Especially
happened with the women's team too.
right. And I mean, we got cooked by Colombia, man. Like, come on.
Right.
So
Alrighty. Copa groups. I'm sharing my screen right now. Should be this one. Yep. Perfect. Alrighty. So I am going to actually zoom in a little bit if I can. If it'll let me. Probably not. Or not.
can
Sorry.
you not like just use
There
your
we go.
little there
There we
you go.
go. Okay. So these are groups. We have four groups instead of six for Euros because
Yeah.
obviously the Americas are a little bit smaller. But we'll go group by group like we did last week with the Euros. So we will start with Group A. I think this is a no-brainer for the first group.
Right. Argentina will top the group.
Yep. And then maybe Canada second, you say?
I like Canada. Chile are always good, and I wouldn't count them out. The one thing that I did like about Canada is that they just tied France in France
Mhm.
0-0. I think that's a huge result for Canada, but you can't count friendlies as anything really until the big games start. So I think it'll go between Canada and Chile. I like Peru, but I just don't think that they'll have enough.
Yeah.
So I'll go with Canada just because why not? Because they're our buddies to the north. So I'll go Argentina, Canada.
Yep. I will do the same thing. Yeah. And like you said, Canada drawn to France. And then last week they came back in their international friendly against I can't remember which country it was, but they did come back and won. So
I mean, Canada are a solid squad, so you
yeah,
just never know.
exactly. But all right, Group B. This one's a little bit of a toss up for me, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think all four teams could qualify.
Yeah, I like Mexico the best. They did play a really good game against Brazil last Saturday, but I don't know. It's kind of a toss. I'm gonna go Mexico and then Venezuela just for fun. I know
Okay,
Venezuela.
well, I'll take the other two teams because I think Mexico are in one of their worst periods ever as an international team. I'll take Jamaica to top the group and go Ecuador, Venezuela, Mexico in the bottom. I just think Mexico are in the mud. While they played well against Brazil, they also played against Brazil's B team,
Hmm.
basically. So I just and I also want to see Mexico place last. So I will say Jamaica, Ecuador, Mexico, or Venezuela, Mexico.
Yeah, I think Mexico might be one of my underdogs for this. We'll see though. Like you said, they're kind of in the dirt right now. Right now.
Yeah.
So, um, I think Mexico might be one of my underdogs right now. So, all right, Group C. Should we just say United States up top, even though just kidding,
Nope.
but
Absolutely not.
I'll let you go first.
Um, I will say Uruguay win all three of their games. They're really good. They'll top the group. And I honestly, I can't count on the United States. I'll give US the edge, but I could see them choking against like Panama or something like that. I'll go Uruguay, Panama, or Uruguay, United States, Panama, Bolivia, but it's not a guarantee. And the way that they looked against Colombia makes me uber concerned. And especially tonight, I mean, if we don't lose 7-0, it'll be a miracle. So I'll go Uruguay, United States, Panama, Bolivia, but really it's a toss up because the US are just not playing well right now.
No, they're not at all.
They do have home field advantage for all of these games, but just ugh, I'm not feeling good about US soccer right now.
Me neither. Me neither. Yeah, I'm gonna go the same with you. Uruguay, United States, Panama, Bolivia as well.
Yeah.
We'll see how the US kind of plays tonight and then kind of just sets the tone.
I do think that tonight will be a good if we get battered like 7-0, then I'll be like, oh, I have no confidence. But if it's only like 4-1, 3-1, something like that, then I'll be like, okay, well,
Right.
especially
Yeah.
because Brazil like you said, it looks like they're coming with their full strength boys, which like, oh man, yeah, I just dread.
Yeah. I agree.
So
And then
speaking of Brazil,
speaking of Brazil, Group D, Brazil at top, obviously.
Yes.
And then I'll take Colombia second, and then Costa.
Yeah.
I literally this order.
Yeah. I
So
agree. I think Colombia look really strong right now. They haven't lost a game in a long time. Brazil, of course, are super strong. And something I like about this Brazil squad is they're actually pretty young now. They've kind of moved on from some of their older guys. Like, I mean, Neymar mainly
Neymar's not
because
even on
he's
the squad.
yeah, but it's mainly because he was coming off of ACL tear. I don't even know if he's healthy yet, anyways.
He
But
didn't
I mean,
play.
you have arguably the Ballon d'Or winner in Vinicius Jr. You have Rodrigo. You have you
Rafinha,
know Rafinha. You have they have so many players. Martinelli. They have Bruno Guimaraes in the midfield. Gabriel Magalhaes at the back. Marquinhos in the back. Like this team is insanely good. They should be, along with Argentina, favorites to win the tournament. But Colombia are really good. So
agree.
yeah, I think it'll look exactly like this.
Yeah, and especially you've got younger players coming off the bench too, like Endrick and like you said
Hmm.
Martinelli. You
Yeah,
know, and
I
like
agree.
I was watching the international friendly Mexico and Brazil on
Mm.
Saturday, and obviously Mexico came back 2-2. We were talking about this a little bit earlier, but Endrick had a really good header, and it makes me
Yeah,
more
to end
excited
the game. Yeah.
when he comes to Madrid too.
Hey, and Martinelli scored against Mexico. You love to see it.
Yeah, we love to see that too.
So
But
yeah, it'll be interesting. I think the most fun will be the knockouts. I don't think the group games for some of these will be as interesting. But I mean, when in our predictions, you're looking at like Argentina, Canada. Sorry, will you go back to the groups real quick?
oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But like when you look at these knockout stages, I mean, if you're going by what we said, you're having like teams like Argentina, Canada, US, Uruguay, Brazil, Colombia, and then any of the four from Group B. Like those are good knockout round games. Um, I just, you know, I'm not as drawn to this tournament as I am to the Euros, but I'll definitely watch all the games that I can because
Yep, exactly.
it's more soccer.
Give me your final for the match. Your final.
Like the final.
Yeah.
I mean, most like a part of me, like 80% of me is saying Brazil, Argentina, but
Mhm.
there's also so much of me that says one of those two will probably not make it. Um, I think if it's not Brazil, Argentina, I think it's one of the two versus Uruguay. I think
Okay.
I'll say one of those, it's two of those three. I know that's kind of cheating, but I think Argentina and Brazil are so solid on paper. It's like what we talked about in the Euros, where like it probably should be France and England, but will it? Probably not. It never is what you think it will be. Um, so I'll go Brazil or Uruguay or Argentina. Like one of those
Okay.
three, two of those three will be in the final.
Who do you think would win that final?
If it, I think Uruguay. I mean,
That's a
I
toss
don't
up,
know.
huh?
It's
It's a
tough.
toss up.
I think they're all in really good form. I think Colombia are also kind of slept on.
I
Um,
agree.
I think Argentina has the most experience, which is why I'd probably back them in a final. If they're in a final, I think Argentina will win it. But I
Okay.
think if Argentina aren't in the final, I would back Brazil or Uruguay.
Okay.
So I just think with their experience, I mean, they've won their last two tournaments that they've been in. They've won the Copa America last time and they won the World Cup. I just think,
Mhm.
and most of their squad is the same as the World Cup. So you
No,
can't go against that.
can't go against that either.
What about you?
Ooh, I am gonna say Brazil or Argentina. Um,
Yeah.
Honestly, a sleeper if they do good might be the United States just because of the home field advantage. But like
Right.
we've been talking about earlier, like the United States is kind of in a hole as well
Yeah.
with the coaching and everybody. But with the addition of who's that young guy they signed, or I guess switched nationality? Was it Pepe or someone?
Balogun, the striker
Yeah.
from that was originally gonna be from play for England and then he switched.
Yeah.
So
We don't have him, do we, this year for Copa?
Balogun, yeah, no, he's in the squad.
I think if he gets more playing time, maybe United States, but I'm gonna say Brazil and Argentina, and I'm gonna take Brazil actually just to support
Yeah.
my Madrid boys. But yeah.
I mean, look, when you look at both of the squads, like it would be literally a toss up.
Mhm.
The only thing for me is I just feel like Brazil have been disappointing in the last like 5 gajillion tournaments.
Hmm.
Like last tournament they lost to Croatia in the World Cup. Then they went out in the I'm pretty sure
They
it
won
was
the
a Brazil Argentina final in the Copa, I think.
yeah. What was it? Copa America
Yeah.
2020.
Yes, technically. I think it was a Brazil Argentina final, but maybe not.
Oops.
I mean, I know that Argentina had to beat them.
Yeah, because they just won it. I'm pretty sure. Oh, 2021 technically, but
Final
yeah, Argentina.
runners up, yeah. So I mean, they lost in the final there. They lost in the World Cup before that against. I think they went out to Belgium. So it's like
They did win.
when are we going to see this Brazil team win something? And this could be the year because I think they have the squad to do it, but they've always had the squad to do it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I think that I would just say I would back Argentina in a final just because of their experience, but Brazil are really good, and I think Uruguay are really good too.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, and then schedule like I was pulling up earlier. So yeah, first game is the 20th, Argentina and Canada, and then one more game, and then we go into twos and twos and twos until the bracket kind of kicks in. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna support Brazil in the US for this tournament. So be a kind of epic tournament. So alrighty, finals real quick before we wrap up. Boston is up 2-0 on Dallas. Uh, Boston kind of ran away with game one last Thursday. And then Sunday
it was a back and forth.
is back and forth for sure.
I
Mavericks had a
watched
lead.
all of that game.
Yeah, I do too. But yeah, Mavericks were up and then Boston came back. Mavericks, Boston. It kept going back and forth, but Boston kind of ran away with it. But now the series is heading to Dallas. Dallas has home court advantage. So we'll kind of see what kind of happens tonight. You guys will know the results because this episode's coming out Thursday, which would be tomorrow for us, today for you guys, whatever, yada yada yada. But
Mm-hmm.
um, and then Stanley Cup. Before we go back over to the NBA real quick, Stanley Cup, Florida's up 2-0 on Edmonton.
Yeah,
The
and then it
series is
goes back to Edmonton now,
and goes
right?
back to Edmonton tomorrow. So they're pretty entertaining otherwise, for sure.
Like the thing is, you look at them 2-0, but really they're an entertaining series. I'm gonna tell you this right now about the NBA Finals.
Hmm.
If Boston wins, it's tonight. If Boston wins tonight, Boston will sweep the Dallas Mavericks.
I 100% agree.
And I am going to be so happy when that happens. And everybody can say that they were back at the Mavericks, that they didn't want the Celtics to win. But I've been saying from the beginning, man, like, and what I love so much about Boston, they are a team. They are like, you go, like, I was texting with my uncle who's been keeping up with the finals. He doesn't actually watch basketball that often, but he's been keeping up with the playoffs. And he's like, I thought Tatum was supposed to be their guy. I'm like, that's the best part about the Celtics is that they have like 4 guys.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, you have Tatum, Brown, Porzingis has been playing well. He's day to day though. He may not play tonight.
Yep.
And then, oh gosh, what's the last? Derek White.
Yep.
Like they are a squad of guys.
No,
Whereas
Derek
I
White.
think the
Yeah,
Mavericks,
Derek White.
you have Derek White, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking of Derek
And
Jones Jr. for some
yeah,
reason.
whereas the Mavericks have, I think, 2 guys. They have
Luca and
Kyrie and they
Kyrie.
have Luca, and Kyrie's been kind of ghosting. He's now 0-12 in Boston since he's left Boston. So I don't know, man. I think the Celtics are a really good team. I think they've been the most complete team all season, and I think that it's showing still. And I think it's showing that Luca needs help, bro.
Yep. Agreed.
Like
Well,
this
and
kid is
they've been
carrying his
playing.
team.
They've been playing through Luca the whole series so far.
Right.
Like Luca's averaging at least 20 a game. Like playing the ball through him. And he's like not even passing either.
No.
Whole lot. You know?
But it's because he's like, I can't rely on anybody else other than me.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of a selfish attitude. But
Right.
and you're playing
But I
NBA
can't blame him.
2K. Yeah, like you're playing NBA 2K My Career, you're just
Yeah, and you just
hitting
want to
buckets.
play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I mean, I think when you look at something that's really cool about Boston too is their ball movement is nuts. Like
exactly.
they just boom, 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 boom. And the only reason I'm going to be real, the only reason that the game 2 was as close as it was is Boston missed like 40 open threes.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had so many threes that were open that they missed. On any other night, they blow out Dallas again.
Yeah. Well, and you get Drew Holiday involved, and you're good.
Oh, I
You
love
know?
Drew Holiday. I love
Yeah.
Drew Holiday. Okay, question for you.
Yeah.
If the Celtics beat the Mavericks, like if they win the finals, and it let's just say it kind of ends ugly, ends how it's been looking, do the Mavs move off of Kyrie?
Yes. The way
You
Kyrie's
think
been
so?
playing,
Yeah.
is not okay. And like kind of ghosting, like as you said. But the whole like it looked good throughout like the season,
Regular season. Yeah.
the whole Kyrie and Luca thing, and especially through round one and round two, and
Right.
this and the quarter and the conference finals. But it's kind of like Kyrie's just kind of like vanishing. He's 32. Not a lot of time left in his career. He's not going to pull LeBron where he plays until like 45, you
Right.
know. So, um, I think they move off of Kyrie. Kyrie goes to a different team, or
Now they need to make a big move then.
exactly. And they probably have like one of the last draft picks in the first round, probably,
Yeah.
most likely, because of the whole playoff thing rule
Mm-hmm.
not being part of the lottery. Or free agency, they go out and sign someone big. Like you
Right.
got
I
Klay
mean,
Thompson, he's becoming a free agent. You got
yeah.
LeBron coming a free agent, which I don't think LeBron will go to Dallas. No way.
I mean, a hot take. I think LeBron will probably stay in LA, but
So
yeah, I don't know. The more I'm thinking about it, like I think JJ Redick will end up as a coach now that UConn's coach said no.
yep.
Which is crazy, but I dig it. It would because it was a 5 year, $70 million deal, and he said no. Um, Shout out. But
Yep.
I think that LeBron wants JJ. Which I don't know, man. I don't know if it'll work, but I think if you get the guy that LeBron wants, LeBron will stay. I know that Elijah is like convinced that he's going to go back to Cleveland, and I'm just not sure that's going to happen. I'm also not sure that Spida is going to get the contract that he wants in Cleveland, so
Mhm.
we'll see. I would love to see LeBron go to the Knicks, but
Yep. Me too.
I think LA might be the place, and LA might be the place where you can trade Kyrie
Yeah, it's true.
and reunite those two. Because didn't you see LeBron said that he misses playing with Kyrie?
Mm-hmm. I did.
So
Yeah, we'll see. And like, there's a lot of stuff that could happen within these
yeah,
next few weeks for sure. Because the
I mean,
free
and
agency
I'm not
starts on
going
the
to count
30th.
out. Yeah,
So
I'm not going to count out Dallas to come back, but I think that if Boston wins tonight, Dallas are in real trouble.
let me see the notable free agents coming up real quick, and then we can wrap up. Okay. So, Patrick Beverly will be a free agent, by the way. Um, there's not a lot. Hold on. Let me
I mean,
see.
I think it's going to be more in the trade market.
Yeah, I think definitely agree.
Oh
Tyrese
man,
Maxey's coming a free agent. Paul George has a player option right now. LeBron also has a player option. Siakam will be a free agent this upcoming period. OG Anunoby, James Harden will be a free agent as well. DeMar DeRozan will be a free agent. Miles Bridges will be a free agent. Malik Monk, which I think will be a big one. Tobias Harris is also a free agent. And then D'Angelo Russell is a player option. Emmanuel Quickly has a restricted free agency. And Caldwell Pope will be another big one. Klay Thompson, which I think he might stay.
yeah.
Who else? Buddy Hield, that's a big one. Kelly Oubre. Who else? Westbrook might be a free agent.
I think if he is, I think LA loves him. I think the
Yeah.
Clippers love him.
Obi Toppin's a big one.
When I go to LA in July, I think I'm going to try to go. I don't know if the Intuit Dome's supposed to be done by then,
Mm,
but if it is, I want to go and I want to get a Westbrook jersey for the Clippers. Got to
fire.
add it to the collection. The only ones I'm missing LA, I'm missing the Clippers, and because I have a Houston one and I have an OKC one. So I want to complete I need a Wizards one. If any of
Yep.
you know anyone who has a Westbrook Wizards jersey in an extra large, let me know. I need a Wizards one. Wizards and then the Lakers, and then I'll get the Clippers. But yeah.
Gordon Hayward is also a free agent.
Oof. Yeah. Did you see that Sam Presti said that he regretted making that? That was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
Dude, imagine he comes back to Utah. That'd be so fire, actually.
Yeah, but fans wouldn't like it because they already hated him when he left.
Yeah, when he left for Boston.
Yeah. So
So, all right. So that should do it for us. Anything else?
no. I mean, I think we're good. We ended in enough time too where we can go watch the game, which would be
Yep.
nice.
Yep.
I'll watch it before I gotta go to practice.
Yep.
So
Alrighty, guys. That should do it for us. Next week we should. Oh, wait. One more thing. Thatcher has started up a TikTok.
yes.
You want to go into detail about that?
Yeah, so it's called Stateside Gunner. I'm gonna be doing Arsenal content. I have an Instagram too. I have a TikTok. I'll put it in links of our posts and stuff. But
Link in the
I
description,
want,
boys and girls.
yeah, I really am passionate about Arsenal, and I just think it's time for me to start making content around just Arsenal. So be on the lookout for that. Any views and comments and all that would be appreciated.
I already dropped a follow too.
Yeah, for sure. So that'll be super excited. Just started it today, but hopefully I'm aiming to post stuff every day so then I can just keep people involved.
Are
So
you
yeah.
gonna do men's and women's Arsenal?
Probably in terms of big news for women's, but I'm gonna be super honest. I don't watch a lot of the women's games, and also you can't really I don't really know where to watch a lot of them. But I'll do women's stuff when there's bigger news. So yeah.
Alrighty. That should do it for us then. So
Yes,
next
sir.
week, I don't know what we're
Hopefully
talking about yet.
Elijah's back.
Hopefully Elijah's back. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Next week we'll probably, if Boston sweeps, we'll go over that.
Well, no, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we'll kind of maybe preview free agency too, and maybe give some predictions as well.
Yeah, and then we'll be in the thick of the Euros and the Copa or not
Exactly.
Copa, but we'll be in the thick of the Euros by then. So
Yep, exactly. And then maybe we'll even go over some Major League Soccer next week
yeah,
because the
might as
All-Star
well.
break is not for another few weeks, right?
Yeah.
So, alrighty, guys, have a great rest of your week. Enjoy their finals for Stanley Cup and NBA. Enjoy the Euros as we're both really hyped that's starting up this week. And then we will see you guys next week. Take it easy, guys. Have a great weekend. Later, guys.